Hiya. Looking out the wheelhouse, it seems to be every day's a bit of a rainy day here. Well, we've had plenty of wind and rain to hide from, but we've decided there's a little break this morning for an hour or two. So we're going to cross Lower Loch Fyne over to a little port called Portavade and see what that's like for the night. So the next morning we get a little bit of a break in the weather, thankfully. So we decide to take the break and see if we can get across before it rains again. So we're leaving the hood up, because while the hood's up we've got somewhere to escape to if the sky falls down on us like it has been doing. Now this is an extremely short crossing. It's about 3.5 miles from one marina to the other marina. That whole pontoon there on our starboard side is visitors, so you come in and look for a space there, or the leg at the very bottom when you come in, so it's the first place you're going to access. We've got a starboard marker coming up on our port side now to round to go out, and there is another one of them just to follow it, just there on the left of the screen. The last marker was the port hand marker coming in, and that's obviously going to go to our starboard going out. So a little bit of a zigzag on the way out, but then you're into clear water straight away. And lobster pots round here seem extremely vivid. They're quite big and quite bright, which is good. And if you look out to the open water there, you can see a boat. Well, that's the cable ferry disappearing, which is the way we want it to. Well, the motor's off within minutes. We don't even get out, we just get past the buoyage and we're still in the loch, and we can sail from here because the breeze has got us straight away. Now the breeze is a following breeze, and it's not very strong at the moment, about 10 to 15 knots, and that's what should carry us across, hopefully. We've just put the Genoa out. Again, me being pure lazy, but I don't see the point in goose winging just across 3.5 miles. Just take a look at that sky. Not confident that's going to hold itself together. Well, we're not going very quick and there's not much wind behind us at the moment. If you see my head and there's the big green arrow on the screen there, we're going south of the chain ferry. That means we'll miss him when he's coming back, which is a good feeling. We're not going very quick though. We're making 3 knots over the ground. But as the total trip's 3.5 miles, that's just a tad over an hour, so neither here or there at the end of the day. I've got the rings set around Swallow at the moment at 1/2 mile each, so you can see we've done 3/4 mile already. It's really weird having such a short sail ahead of you. I've zoomed in to take one last look backwards as we depart. The hillside's lovely round here if you enjoy walking. And the town itself's a pretty nice town, to tell you the truth, and would be a lot prettier when the sun shines on it. And the marina's a nice marina and facilities are good, so you can enjoy Tarbert. After 3 or 4 days of a good breeze and lots of rain, it's nice for it to have calmed down a little bit, so we can slip across. But we're in no rush. We're literally just ghosting this one, I think. We've got enough wind to fill the sail and enough wind to shove the boat along, but we won't break any records. So it's a good time for a bit of tea and toast while we're crossing, looking out from under the hood at almost what looks like a lake. The water's so sedate. Well, that's nice for a change, I'll tell you. We are slipping silently along, and it really is nice. And as things go, any sail is a good sail, regardless. It's nice to see her just shoving herself along nice and peacefully, and saying goodbye there to Tarbert as she shows it astern. Well, we come out into Lower Loch Fyne, and the water is fine. And the marina we're going is just over the way over there. That blurry one, let's focus that in for you. There you go, you can see it, just hiding behind a bit of an island there. And I can see that cable ferry still in port over there, and he hasn't set off on the way back yet. But it won't be long, they're a quick turnaround ferry. Now I could have gone for miles and miles and miles while I've been in port at this pace, and it would have been lovely. So I think we've lost a couple of miles from under our belt. Now we've been sitting there waiting for the rain to stop. Well, we got about 10 to 12 knots of a following breeze, but we are making over 3 through the water and faster than that even over the ground, so we're going to be there. before I can finish me cup of tea probably. Got a little island on the chart there to get past, and speed's picking up now. Breeze is picking up a little bit, making a bit more headway. I'm off 16 knots of wind. Well, there's our cable, gonna miss us miles away. Well, this is how short the trip is. That's where we've come from. Back there, Loch Tarbert on Kintyre, and we're off over Lower Loch Fyne to Portavadie, which I think is Argyll. And if you notice just then, that cable ferry's on the move. There he is, but he's not going to bother us. But when I have a look and I zoom in, I notice just before Portavadie there was an island on the chart, and I can see the island now. There's an odd couple of lobster pots knocking round, but I can't see where the entrance is just yet into the marina. Sky looks a bit nice now, so hopefully some of those clouds might be able to keep themselves together. The little island's called Eilean Beer, and that's a pobster lot. As we pass the little island, I can note there's a whole row there of fish farms, I presume they are, all afloat, before we get to our entrance into the marina, which is now starting to open up in front of us. There's a boat just come out of it there, lobster pot in between us and that. Oh, it's probably not a lobster pot, it looks like it's yellow, and you can clearly see the entrance into the marina. Well zoomed in, that lobster pot looks like an isolated danger mark, so I'll avoid him. Now, as you all know, Swallow's a very predictable boat, and she's very small. She's only got a little beam, so getting in most places is no problem at all. But as I enter up on this, I can't help thinking if there was a bit of a seaway out here, this could be quite a narrow gap to get through, if the water were kicking up a little and the wind was trying to push you sideways. Stick the whole marina to your starboard side, and as soon as you pass the end of this leg, this is all visitors' berths all the way down here, so you just pick up a space. I can only see one other boat, except right further down by where it connects to the land. There's a couple of finger berths down there, and you can pick up one of them if you want to. But while there's a long length and open spaces, it's dead easy. But we're going to have to walk the boat down a little bit further, I think. Well, we've landed, and we've only come for the night. Apparently there's a really good restaurant here, and Lisa's been cooking forever, so I thought I'd treat her to a nice meal in this place. Table's booked and we're both looking forward to it. So we're going to get off now and discover a little bit of the coast and take ourselves for a walk, to build up an appetite, of course. I hope we don't get too wet, because we wanted a shower later, not earlier. From Portavadie, au revoir.